I'm the transportation manager for Clay County General Public Transportation. Since 2002, we had one dispatcher and two drivers at that time, and we were doing about 200 rides a month. Since 2002, we've grown to doing almost 900 rides a month. Uh, we've grown to six part-time drivers. We have two part-time dispatchers, and then a manager. We were strictly pencil on paper. Dispatchers would take the rides on the phone. They'd have to write everything up, and we were having a lot of problems. We had missed rides. We had drivers unhappy because they couldn't get the right places. It was really pretty much a disaster as far as I was concerned, and it happened from us growing so quickly over a 2-year period.
When you're going from paper to pencil, ad hoc spreadsheets, a lot of that data is easily lost or not collected correctly. One of the biggest advantages is it makes transit agencies truly build their process if they don't have that correct already.
Mike was good because he had some technology background. We don't have any technology really at all. We're kind of all retired, uh, and so we're kind of old school. So it was a little difficult getting started, but boy, are we glad we did. I would say the first 6 months were a little bit rocky, just getting oriented in and really getting our people used to working with it.
I probably had more problems than a lot of the rest of the drivers because I was used to the other way of doing it, and it seemed like it worked fine.
During implementation, there were a few humps or hurdles to get over. You really need buy-in from the dispatchers to learn a new process and potentially have to use the old process and the RideSheet process at the same time for maybe even 3 to 6 months to really see the benefits.
One of the things that I found from moving from pencil and paper to ride sheets, very seldom do we have any mistakes with the fares, with the number of rides that we've done, with anything.
When I first got on the job, I already knew what my day was going to look like. If I saw something that didn't spit right, I was easily able to identify it, go to my supervisor or go to my dispatcher, and then again, look into the situation, see that we can make a better picture. And it's not that hard to fix. Printing out the manifest takes less than like 2 minutes.
We are taking a lot of people out of town, and before it was really difficult to really be able to schedule them because we didn't know exactly what drivers we had or what times were available. And so it's helped us expand our market out into the regional area more.
What went from a small kind of one person, couple drivers in the corner of an old senior center, they've built themselves to be a standalone public transportation agency that has multiple dispatchers, a full plan of growth, 5-year, 10-year. I think RideSheet indirectly helped them with all of those things.
So when embracing, I would say, this new program, for as a team, you need to be a collective. You need to be, I call it a list of standard operating procedures for both the dispatchers and the drivers.
I think at the very beginning, if it's emphasized that this is a team thing, that would be handy because I went into looking at how does this help from a driver's point of view, but then after enough time and talking with the dispatchers and talking with management, you sort of say, okay, you need this to help with what you're doing.
My advice to any agency that is considering RideSheet, most likely they are struggling with data management or the cost of the software that they're using currently. Look over some of the prerequisites that we're talking about. Do you have buy-in for change at your organization? Do you have someone that can potentially help you with implementation, like a mobility manager. And then I would just suggest give it a try. There's such a low cost. It's kind of a win-win situation.
You gotta have somebody that wants to dedicate themselves just a little bit to make it work.
I worked in technology for over 10 years, and honestly, it made me very jaded. I left that industry not wanting to have anything to do with tech ever again. And meeting Kevin and seeing the timeline and the progress of what we're doing together with RideSheet, it has changed my mind. I see that we can together use technology for good.